Intuitive Thoughts for April 30th, 2026, part 2. I had to do part 2. I was going to do this all in one, but that wasn't happening. The dogs weren't having it. I kept hearing over and over again the song by Sum 41 that was Fat Lip. And it was the line over and over again, I don't want to waste my time, become another casualty of society. I'll never fall in line, become a victim of your conformity, and back down. Over and over again. Over and over and over again. Fun fact, I actually met the band. I flew all the way to Calgary, Canada, and had breakfast with the band. I've told you guys this story in my live before. But I have pictures for proof. It's me and my sister. So I'll post those up here. But that's important. I think that's important. And what's important is when I woke up and I was trying to think about it, I had this just instant knowing that it's a reminder, the generation that is unable to find homes, that is unable to keep their jobs, that is unable to move out of their parents' house right now. That entire generation is the generation that was listening to songs like this. And I know I was a little bit old to be a follower. Like I was like 30. But it's the group behind me. They're going to need to rise up. They're going to need to make a stand. They're going to need to say that they've had enough. And I think that that's going to matter. I really think that's going to be a big shifting point in the time that we're going through. Maybe that's a big part of the awakening that we've been waiting for, is for all of them to wake up and recognize that this isn't what they wanted to live in. I will also say, though, in this same knowing is the reality, every single generation. Sorry, my alarm went off. I'm a mess today. Every generation has its issues. Every generation has something that they have to accomplish or overcome as a generation, whether it's a war or it is latchkey or it is depression. Every single generation, nobody has escaped some kind of trial that as a collective they needed to overcome and get through. There is none. You can go back and you might sit there and say that your situation is so much worse than the one before you. It's never true, because this generation that comes up didn't know anything more than that. These guys are nuts. So keep that in mind. I think that that's going to matter. I think that it's the people behind my group that they're going to need to stand up and rise up and wake up and be okay with the way that the world is going, because this is the world they're going to live in. They're going to live there a lot longer than us. So I think that that's going to matter. I think it's going to matter. Hold on. I also think that there is going to be something that has to do with college kids that had worked really, really hard on a very big project. And this project ends up taking off like on a major government world level. And they're giving an award for working on it, but they're not being given credit for finding it out or writing about it or what. They're not giving credit for their work. They're just getting a pat on the back with a silly little award that says that they did it or that they worked on it. I think that that's going to come out. Somebody's not getting credit for something that they worked on. And it felt like it was a big thing. So I saw that as well. And like I literally saw it in the form of being handed a silly plastic trophy. And the look on their face was like, are you serious? Like, this is like, what? And so I saw that. That was another thing. And I'm telling you, all of this stuff was coming in at a very, very quick, rapid pace, from the bridge to the bridge with the snow and all of this. There's a part one if you missed part one. Because I got up at 3:00 in the morning and hadn't had any dreams. So that quiet before the storm and then a flood of information. I also think that the patterns of the dreams last night matters. So I'm going to put all that out there. But there you go. I finally made it through with these silly dogs going nuts in the background.